Right, I think I owe you guys a review of these. It's been about a year. Right, to say this is a long-term review is kind of an understatement. I've got notes here, by the way, because it's this stuff. The Edifier, these, of course, my headphones. These are the Edifier W830BT wireless headphones. And I've had these for over a year now. I first did an unboxing ages ago. It's one of my most watched videos at the moment. So people are clearly interested in it. Now, these are kind of old now and seem a really good price, but in terms of and it's windy. In terms of you know, cheap Bluetooth headphones, you can't go wrong with them, and I'll tell you why. So let's get nuts and bolts out of the way, the stuff I actually have to read about. So they are, as I said, the Edifier W830BT wireless Bluetooth headphones. They have a 40mm driver. I can't remember what they're made of. It's kind of irrelevant to most people though. They do support main formats audio. They have a CSR 8645 chipset, whatever the heck that means, and support ACC and a PTX audio. They say they've got a 10-meter range, but honestly, in my testing, now outside like I am right now, you probably could get close to that in line of sight. But inside a house, yes, Kat, I know. Inside of house, you're probably really only going to get maybe about half of that. It depends how messy your you know, your house is in terms of signal, because if you have a lot of Wi-Fi, then you're going to, you know, that 2.4 band is going to get filled up pretty quick with lots of Wi-Fi and devices in the house. So that's what cuts down your range. But I've been using these for gaming. I've been using these for anything on my computer more than anything. They do fold this way instead of the other way, which is a bit annoying, but they're really good. Now they claim 90 hours of battery, and in all honesty, they're probably not far off. I think it says 95 hours on the box, but I charge these up and I play a couple of hours a night, 3 hours, 4 or 5 hours maybe on the weekend, and I probably only charge these like once every 3 weeks. So they last forever and they're not heavy. They do fold up nicely. They do come with a carry case. What I really do like about them, and I've sort of half pulled this off so I can kind of show you, is that I wore out the original ear cups, but you can buy really easy online, AliExpress or wherever, replaceable ear cups, and then there's your driver and everything right there, so they just clip right on, which makes them really handy, really versatile. There we go, press it on. They're very light, they're very comfortable. Now as a headset, as something with a built-in microphone, as you can see right there, it's a bit hit and miss. Some people say they hear me fine, some people say they sound like I'm across the room. It's not great for that, I'll admit that, but it's nice to have it there, so if you're listening to tunes on your phone or on your computer and you know, a microphone, you don't have another one handy, there is the option. You have the volume rocker and on and off right there. That's another thing that's not perfect with these. I find that you have to press it. If you press it slightly on an angle, they won't activate it. If you press it hard, straight on, I do have to hold it for a while to turn it on, which is a bit of a pain, but it's not a deal breaker. It's not the worst thing in the world. Now that we're getting into things like my AirPods and stuff, where I just pop them out of the case, chuck them in there, ready to go, you know, holding a button down turns on feels a bit old-fashioned, but it works. You've got a DC input here, which is just a simple USB control. Well, it's going to cover itself up. Simple USB connector, and you've got a headphone jack there too, so you can plug in a 3.5mm jack if these are flat. They don't sound quite as good plugged in, but they sound alright. But yeah, sound quality is fantastic on these. It's nice neutral sound. It's got the bass there, but it's not heavy. You adjust it with the equalizer, get it to your preferred what do you call it, sound, and you'll be right. The only way to tell which is left, which is right, there is actually, as you can see here, an R for right and an L for left, and as you can see, these are quite flexible. These have actually been through the ringer, they're not the right shape anymore. they work, and that's the main thing. But yeah, these are fantastic. So my review is, in a nutshell, not getting into too much depth, they sound really good. You can probably pick them up for about 50 bucks these days. And 50 bucks, if you can stand a little bit of plastic creaking here and there, if you don't mind holding a button down to turn them on, these are really, charge them up, take them out for the week, and not even have to think about them, not even have to worry about them. They will sound good, and they will work great, and they're not super isolating. They let in a little bit of noise here and there, so you're not completely cut off from the world around you, but you crank them up, they're going to be great. I use them with my PC for gaming, since I use an external mic, and they're great. They sound really good. I use most games using the Dolby Atmos app, and I find that any game with surround, I get nice, crisp virtual surround that way. It seems to work fine over Bluetooth. Yeah, that's a quick, simple review. I'm not getting into too many nuts and bolts, but honestly, these are really good, and maybe you should check them out if you're looking at some headphones. Give them a crack.